we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed and greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here for another conscious evolution, another opportunity for us to come to this present moment and to find ourselves aware of the fact that we are storytellers. Yesterday, I had an experience with the intraweb, all of the internal parts of myself. Thank you for the hearts, sending your love back. An experience with my interweb, right? Since the internet for me has been a little bit spotty on this side, and it really was a beautiful experience. Started off by me finishing the stream, going for a walk, making a piece of art, and then I got deeper into the experience where I meditated, I danced a little bit, and then I came down onto the yoga mat and I did stretches. And it was like I found some sort of time exploit to the point where I came back with this quote where if you want to slow down time, do hard things. Right, where it was very much this internal experience of awareness that as I was doing this hard thing that is a stretch, kind of like leaning into these parts of me that are very uncomfortable, and I can notice all of the tightness in my body. Time would just slow down to a crawl to the point where I would feel like I just did hours worth of work and stretching, and then I look and only a minute had passed, kind of vibes. And I know time dilation definitely is a part of the experience, but it was so apt yesterday. And then in these time dilated experiences, there were all of these stories unfolding. All of this discomfort that I was facing in my body had some sort of narrative attached to it, right? Like all of the pain in me had negative stories attached to it. This month was a hard thing. We made it. We did. It is the 1st of June. We slayed that maze. I turned 27. I had a whole moment with mom yesterday talking about all of the experiences that were flowing through me. I set up myself a new yoga space that is covered in pieces of leather. All right, and you might feel some way about leather, but this leather was bought by my dad on auction from someone who wanted to get rid of it. And it's been laying in like a pile ever since. So it wasn't getting used, and now it has purpose. And that purpose is to keep all of the microplastics away from my body. And I was absolutely like awash with these senses of gratitude, these feelings of, oh, thank you, no microplastics. You know, I could like do push-ups and nothing was like residue on my skin. Like the big yoga mat that I have, because of all of the sun damage and abrasion it's experienced, when you do push-ups on it, you can literally see these small pieces of black plastic staying behind in your hands. What did you do to think it was okay to only stream 20 minutes yesterday? Hendrik, you want to know? I embraced Les D's, if you know what I means. Lions. Me and Lions had like a one-on-one experience. And on top of that, my internet is disabled right now. It's probably only going to be for today, and then tomorrow we should be back and be able to stream as long and wherever we want, or as long and as close to the Wi-Fi as I want. And so there was like a whole fractal of wanting to conserve data. I might even do a shorter stream today as well. And also the side of I was embracing the experience. I started going into the experience literally as the stream started. And, you know, during the stream, slowly but surely kept climbing the ladder. Oh, got you. All is forgiven. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. It was nice. I was actually thinking about you just for what it's worth. You know, it's nice having you here today. It is the 1st of June. Look at this. What's this? What's in here? Hey, Sam is here too. Hey, yo, wholesome folks. Hendrik, happy you're here. Happy you're here, Joe, with us. What's up, Jay, Bot, Borakas? Happy to have you here. Oh, and Super Sam. The A team is complete. Super smooth Sam. Salutation Sensei. Salutation Sensei. Yeah, here I have some stuffies that Christian brought me. But I don't know if you saw, have a little alarm go off of my phone or my little watch that lets me know that 4 minutes had passed. Today I wanted to do something a little bit different where I wanted to keep changing the angle or my seating position every 4 minutes. You know, that way every 4 minutes something will be different. I just had like a bunch of moments yesterday thinking about what can I do differently? You know, can I make this stream better in any way? And I don't know if this is going to make it better necessarily, but it is going to be something else. All right, you can still hear me, fine, I'm sure. But now there is like a whole experience happening in your mind. All right, maybe you can see my face less. Maybe you'll have to focus in on my voice more. There definitely is so much to this experience of being a human. And the most important part of this story, I believe, is the fact that you are the storyteller. I had so many moments yesterday really being taken by the significance of the stories we tell ourselves. Especially so, it's to the negative stories we tell ourselves and the judgments we cast on ourselves and our lives because of these negative stories. Right? I had so many moments yesterday where, in the discomfort, literally in my body, I would lean in and then I would find sad, negative, disgusting stories kind of like pop up in my psyche. And when I was resisting, if you will, when I was casting judgment on all of these negative things in me, it would persist. It would be more difficult for me to get past it. And then when I would kind of let go of my judgment and just be with these experiences and be like, this is fine. This is also okay. This is also a part of the everything. I'm not separate from this either. I would find myself literally bodily settling in and being able to go deeper into the stretch. It was quite interesting, to say the least. It's fascinating how powerful our bodies is. Specifically as it relates to the capacity to create entertainment. You know, again, because the internet is not working right now, I'm not using the internet the way I usually. Internet is a big part of my life to the point where I spend more time than I think I should. I feel like the lesson was yesterday. I might spend more time than I think I should on the internet. And because I wasn't, I noticed suddenly how slow time goes when you're not wasting it, to say it in so many words. And it's a little bit of a rough one for me to admit, but I definitely have spent a lot of my time wasting it. And becoming aware of it definitely I want to say the world made me uncomfortable, but I don't know if it made me uncomfortable as much as it made me determined. I think that's the better word, right? Determined to not waste my time in the same way. There was a conversation I had with my mom yesterday as well, where there was this relating what I am and who I am to a certain time in space as well. In other words, that I'm here right now, but the things that I want to do might be still set in the future. And the capacity that I have to make these things happen are only going to grow as the future continues to develop. There is still so much experience that's kind of awaiting us in that way. And the only thing that we can really do right now is be present with what we are and where we are. All right. My crew is here too. It's nice having you, our beloved brother, Raccoon, Jaju. I'm smoking one right now watching this. Me too. It is 4:20 on this side as well. Got 12 minutes left till 4:20. Oh, it's true. I mean, it's 4:12 technically right now. Maybe, who knows? By the time it's 4:20, we'll 4:22. 4:20 against River Coon, sending you blessings again. My 420 ball is already armed and ready. Is that wheat? No. Uh, I like cannabis as an expression. It is. It is. Yeah. I don't know why I said no, other than uh, thinking about the fractal of you might being young. All right. There definitely is a dichotomy. I had that conversation with mom yesterday as well. Right. Of that energy of being ashamed of something versus hiding something for not wanting the perception to be received. Right. For instance, there was a conversation about weed with my mom last night, and my dad, he also likes it. Right. And he has high blood pressure, and it helps him. So there is this dichotomy of him only giving credence to the fact that it helps his blood pressure, right? The fact that it calms his central nervous system, and then his heart isn't beating as fast, so his blood pressure is lower. Right, that part he doesn't really want to give any credence to. The fact that he enjoys that sense of calm that comes with the experience. And there definitely is, a part of me that had like a whole internal battle yesterday, right? When it became uh, apparent to me that the experience was something that was messing with my time as well. That sometimes we can partake of weed to get time over with. Or, and this is the way that I am choosing to use it these days. That's my intention behind the experience, is to make my time more full. The time I'm going to have should be an experience that I actually value. Should be something that I make the most of. Something that I have respect for. I think that's the big one. Jaju, how you be? We be jamming. Nice. MeltMore, wanna know my actual name? My actual name is Liam. I originated from Ireland, and I'm part German. Thank you for giving me some perspective on you, friend. My cousin is a Liam as well. So I like that. Feels like I could definitely link that little cousin. He's like a super little cousin too. He's I think 9 years old right now. Jammin or jammin. Imagine a jar of jam. For the second jammin, couldn't fit the fitting emoji. I'm so confused. Maybe it's a song reference. Is that a police? I'll call the weed. Esho and Duce. Also, yeah. I don't know if they're speaking German. I don't know if the second word was a German one. I've never seen that one. The ability to influence a person through your own appreciation is strong. We must practice temperance as we celebrate our own joys. Partaking, to be present and concentrated here and in the now. I love how Xiao also, like I was talking about the whole intention setting, and then she did the same. I have a 9-year-old Liam nephew. Liam is a wise kid name. It's true. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Liam, I don't know if you remember Joe, but we met a Liam when Jovan was here in South Africa. It's the frog guy. He like really into frogs. So I have like a frog Liam too. Pippi was a celebrated lap. She was. I don't even know if she was a lap dog really. She didn't like sitting on my lap that much. All right. She was more play dog. Goodness. Like there was relentless play in her heart. The amount of fascination and excitement she had to chase the scarf alone was something that completely boggled my mind. Like, why would a dog care so much about a scarf? and to have so much fun with it. Yeah. Tell me what you think about the whole shifting perspectives fractal as well. Right. Might not be perfect and it does take a time to set up again, but is it more creative? That's the big thing. I had like a whole thing yesterday of like my story and I'm like, huh, I am a creative person is one of the things that I wanted to make a part of my story. And I thought to myself, what does that look like with what I'm doing right now? And I feel just giving you more perspective is as creative as I can be with the real world. Mm. Num, 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 num. You don't speak German, I guess, do you, Liam? Not sprechen Deutsch. Jawohl. I'm gonna say this in German. You're the best. Du bist der Beste. Jij is die Beste. Do you smoke it to attain a quiet mind? No, not always. Sometimes you smoke it and you attain a loud mind. Right? That's not for me the intention usually. I usually set an intention. Like today's, for example, was the fact that I want to be present and I want to enjoy my time. I don't want to waste my time. Right? That it's okay for you to spend time doing things as long as you're actually enjoying it, right? As long as it's actually adding value to your soul. We have a word in Afrikaans that goes genot. Genot. It's like a presence, a joyful presence. How be Uber? Hoopy doober, how be Uber? Hoops here? Yeah, sending them love to let us know. So what? Melt, give your Insta. I want to show something. Uh, Melt Me More, I believe, at Melt Me More. I think someone that sells soap has like the original MeltMore on Instagram. Uh, yeah, Melt Me More. You can probably find me there. But I don't use Instagram, so and I don't have internet right now, so it's gonna be a while before I get to see what you want to show me. I hope that's okay. All right, I see you. I'll see you, my German brother. Thank you for sharing, Melt. I like. Thank you for listening, dear friend. For using your eyes to appreciate this moment too. I'm already building the next perspective in my mind too. There definitely is sunlight go blasted me as well. I had like a whole thing about that yesterday as well. Jeeps. The amount of insecurity we have in ourselves and the amount of time it takes to unpack all of that stuff and to get to a point of being like, oh, I really do worry about things that do not serve me. And it's good to have that perspective, to be able to be mature enough of yourself to look at your own nonsense and be like, huh, I don't really know if I believe any of this. Or at the very least, don't know that I want to, about myself especially. Equals 3. Am I a creative person? I've understood creativity as liberation. One who can embrace their authentic beingness with action, not confined by the added constructs. That feels like the expression of a creative person. I love that show. You're right. There really is so much that we've tried to do in that way, right? Being creatively ourselves. Javan, does that mean a creative type cannot fully be so unless they're willing to be fully with themselves? Well, that sure explains a lot. I think that sounds about right, and it's interesting that Jovan says that, then that is your response to it, because yesterday there was, at the start of my experience, a lot of being involved with the world, to say it in so many words, right? Attached to my music in that moment, attached to the dancing, attached to my self image, even, right? Having my eyes open, attached to light, having the lights turned on. And then as I got into the experience, and I settled into myself, into the intraweb, I realized that I first turned the music off and then turned the lights off and then closed my eyes as well. And I just, I found contentment inside that experience. And I could also find tightness again, right, in my system. Just simply being, just like laying down flat on the ground. MeltMore, Discord works, open Discord, please. With what? Right, again, I'm on mobile data right now. I like the number 27. I like the number 27 because every time I see it, it makes me think about you. Gowdy goo. Oops. Yeah, Jovan is stuck too. Even Jaju. So nice having you here, bro. Jovan, you have a protect spirit. You see this place and build upon the world with your own additions and interpretations. It's beautiful, right? It's beautiful to watch you do. What you do, little sister. Man, this makes me so giddy. It's true. According to our dear leader, Hum Sang-un is equal to a bigger one. That's actually hilarious. Imagine one drop of water adding to another drop. It becomes a bigger one. It makes sense in a kind of doesn't make sense way, you know, because it's like I actually watched Soul. Let me share it that way. I watched Soul yesterday, and in Soul there is of course the moment where she tells that story of the young fish swims up to the old fish and asks it, "Where's the ocean?" And the old fish goes, "We're in the ocean right now." And the young fish goes, "No, no, this is water. I want the ocean." And I've been like, yeah, yeah, right? This is life. We sometimes spend so much time chasing this thing we think we want when that we're here. This is what we wanted, being alive. That's why we are. And I feel that is, in and of itself, a beautiful work of art, right? A creative expression. Despite all of the insecurities, despite all of the sun damage, my body has sustained already, right? There is a form of expression in that, right? There's a story to be told about my experience as a body as well, both ways. Utter pop! It's nice having you here again. Meltmore. It won't take long. You'll see my message there. Yeah, so what? With what am I going to open your message? Right? With this device? If I do that, right, then there's no more live stream. That device up there is doing the whole what should we call it? Hotspotting thing, right? And it's propped up there in a tree. It's not really a tree technically, it's an old lamp stand, all right, but up high. So that's doing a job as well. The tablet's inside, because I don't want to connect it to the hotspot as well, lest it my data. All right, I still need to be able to do this tomorrow if all else fails. Kiss them poppers from me. Oh, I love creativity has many faces, Hendrik says. For me, it's either doing something other people do with other outcomes based on their personality, or doing something different than other people to get to the same outcome. What is that outcome, do you believe? Fame? Acceptance? Money? Like, I feel like that is a really interesting point you're making, right? Because in that way, all of us want the outcome of happiness and success. And does it really matter, right? To the average person, how you got there? Oh, bro, bro, I got sensitive a bit. So, bro, stop eating me. I'll squishy squishes. Squish them, squish. Squish them. Squishes. Not gonna squish. Stop biting me, you mongoloid. There we goes. Okay, I did, but I got hair in my mouth. Oh, kissing the dog, James. Sam, But saying fully suggests an initiation, and it suggests a limitation. Can we even be fully anything? Or may we always be capable of feeling, fulfilling, fulfilling? Right? It's like the whole fractal. This is the way I see it in this moment, Joe, of like a black hole. Is a black hole empty and that's why it keeps absorbing more mass? Or is it so full that it has so much gravity that it just keeps taking it? Right? MeltMore, please go up and check the chats so that you can see what I message about to answer for 1+1. My crew, as I said, I'm in the middle of a live stream, all right? So I don't have a device that's going to be able to let me go into Discord right now. So I appreciate the message, but 1+1 equals 2 or equals 11 or whatever doesn't really fit in with the story I'm telling right now. I don't know, Javan. This year's long creative dry spell says I'm fucking limited. I feel if you believe that, that is a bigger limitation than not being able to be creative. All right? Doesn't matter. It can be so many different things. For example, take music. You use the same instrument to get different songs, but you can also create the song by playing other instruments. That is actually beautiful. Sam, you created a new human. That ain't no dry spell. I love that, Mojo. What a beautiful point that is to make. Mojo, +1, Mojo speaking facts. Bye, guys. I'm going, but I'll be back. Cheers, my crew. Was nice having you. Having a new human is not a creative endeavor. I mean, again, creativity is subjective. We've been talking about that the whole time, Sam. So I've not read the rest of your message, but let me do that. If it were, it has truly had any, if I truly had any input on this kid's development and build, he wouldn't have big ass, I got stuck in my mom's pelvis cheeks. I don't know what that means, but I'll say this, right? Again, many people have had kids before. Many people have brought that child into their home, but you haven't, right? You used to live a certain kind of life and have a certain kind of routine and have a certain kind of way of doing things. And then a child came into your life and everything changed, right? You changed creatively because all of those decisions was a part of your grand painting. That's the story you're painting for yourself, right? And every single day you come back to another canvas, which is your day. And then you get to paint whatever picture you want the world to see. And then we do that over and over again, on to infinity. Right? We are the storyteller in that way. Ugh. Every single one of us. And we're good at it. Sometimes so good, we will believe the bad ones. All right. Yeah. Is that it's level enough? Sam creation comes in so many forms. Oh yeah. MeltMore, Arvid Roofman. Roof. Super roof. She means she got a beautiful, thick baby boy. I believe that's a good thing, right? Do believe that's a good thing. You want them to have that energy so they can go trooper around in the universe non-discriminately. Hoopy said hi. Bless you again. I'm guessing that is a button there somewhere where you can just say hi like that. I haven't seen it myself. It is interesting though. The fact that it always comes with a little hand waving as well means that it probably is a button. Most people don't use emojis like that. This bud has pieces of purple in it. I like that. Usually makes me happy. Sam, Joe, I'm doing fine. Hints of laughter. Yeah, so it still feels. Kobe like, what you doing there? Huh, Cobras? Let's see if he's curious. Huh, Cobes? What's this? I mean, he's curious, but I don't think he's curious about this. He's just like kind of like ran straight past. He is smelling the air though. Hendrik, I'm a Meg, a German, my third language. Now you gotta double tap this man's thick nose to bless him. Do so, please. Indeed. A machine. Machine with flowers on it. Yes. We have, he does have a thick nose. Has the ability to slim it up if I want to. Yes. Slim nose activated. Back to thickness. A beautiful thick nose, you friends. Suddenly I'm aware of the fact that I am a human body. Why would you do that to me? I was so very much in the realm, but just above. It helped though. Double taps got double tap. There he goes. Super force friendly human. You friends. Whew. I definitely feel like I've lost some of my vocabulary to describe these things. I feel these days, especially, a lot of them have that citrusy, almost like skin of a orange or a narchi kind of experience to it that I really do enjoy. It's like I just ate a fresh orange and I get to keep what's left. There he goes. Little Kobe dude has been running back and forth, having a good time in the background. Yeah. How about this life thing that we got going on? Bringing it back to our stream topic today. It is today supposed to be about the stories we tell. I feel like I definitely have been stuck in some stories that doesn't necessarily serve me. And the more we become aware of these things, the better it is for our own well-being at the end of the day. Right? Like I believe this is the way I see it, that certain stories, and this is almost like one of those which came before which, as I was doing the stretches and I was experiencing the discomfort and I was noticing all of the bad stories that came out of it, you can like reverse that fractal of like all of the bad stories you tell gets stored as all of these tensions in your body, right? And the longer we spend storing these bad thoughts, hey Nancy, and not actually doing something about it, not actually stretching, not actually moving our bodies in a way where we can kind of release some of that hurt, we just spiral deeper and deeper and deeper. We get more and more stuck in ourselves. Joe, are you up to swampy things? Always. Must swampies. So what? It's a dry herb vaporizer. Doesn't set anything on fire, so it doesn't smoke. Takes away all the cancer stuff. Yeah, I wonder if I missed that message. But what Joe was saying is true. Smoking causes cancer. Yeah, this thing doesn't actually smoke the butt. I wonder if I can find a piece. There we go. Oh, there we go. I don't know if this is gonna be visible, but you see that? That's the color of it afterwards. So no combustion occurs, which I agree with you. If you inhale combusted material, it has these sharp edges because of the carbonization, right, of some of those materials. Like all of all, more it's carbon, and then by that extreme heat, those pieces of carbons flake off as little smoke particulates, and then that stuff is sharp, but molecularly. So if you inhale that, it causes inflammation, which can be cause of cancer as well in your lungs. Wherever However, with these dry herb vaporizers, you're basically evaporating the oils, right? And your body has the capability to absorb oils. I don't know if you've ever put lotions on your lips or on your face or on your hands, but after a while, your body has absorbed those oils into yourself. And the same thing is true when you're actually vaporizing these things as well. It's used as way for cancer patients as well. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's MeltMore. Man, it's high as a kite. It's insane. Love to you, dear friend. Jovan, do you have a pet parrot? She does. A rescue, actually. Uh, I feel like it's one of those things where getting yourself a new baby parrot, like it's literally one of those lifetime commitment kind of things. Like they live for 80 plus years. Right? Literally, your whole life is going to have to be having a kid in the house your whole life, right? It's pretty wild. I tried switching to vaping my herbs, but for me, rolling and seeing it burn down is a routine ritual for me. Same with my meditation. If I change stuff, it doesn't feel right. Yeah, the default mode network does like that sense of comfort and, as you said, habitual, routine, ritual. But, and there's always a but to these things, right? We are capable of changing our story, right? We can see that doesn't feel right as a discomfort that we can overcome. And then we can look into that discomfort and find out why it is we don't like this change, right? And we can reason with ourselves. We can bring ourselves back to the truth that we know is at our core. And I feel that is one of those things that takes time and it's very uncomfortable, technically. Sam, my dear friend, I am barefoot and playing in the rain today. I've been playing with raccoons and wildcats and gators lately, so yeah, been a swamp here recently. Nice. That sounds like Swampus, Mr. Swampus, Mr. River Raccoon. Like the way I see it is almost like he's a like Disney princess, but he's a Florida man, and the animals are gators and stuff. Yeah, I'll do this, Joey. He's 28-year-old blue and gold macaw. It's true. Like when me and Jovan was at Monte Casino, there was like a whole group of them, like five of them, and one of them was like more engaged with like us people than the other ones, and we would do like dances, and he would dance with us. It was really nice to kind of like see that fractal unfold too. I want to believe that all of Florida is like Jaju. I mean, hold it in your mind, and it is so. I had like a bunch of moments like that yesterday too, where the power of our mind and the ability to tune into energy reality, quantum reality, where your mind is basically the antenna that tunes reality one way or another. And you can lean towards the bad side of reality, and then you can almost find more of that iteratively. And the same is true in the other direction as well. He does he know any bad words, Joe? I don't know. I don't actually think I've ever heard him. He's like very nice, soft spoken when he's close, usually pretty loud sometimes too. I wish it was. I'm a but rare these days. But once upon a time, we were all wild. This is also true. PG-13 parrot. If all of Florida was like Jaju, there's a good chance we wouldn't be going through the crap tastic shit we are in this country. Uh, Like I'm not laughing at the circumstance. I'm just laughing at the way that you say it, Nancy. That's creative. Yeah. What a world we live in, huh? Like for what it's worth, I don't think it's better anywhere else than she. There's literally nowhere you can go where you're gonna be like, yeah, this is better. I really love the government. Oh goodness. However, I feel we do have more than ever to be grateful for too. And realizing that it just comes back. Like you can literally cut everything else back to just, this little space around yourself. Taking a moment to realize where you are. Taking a moment to move the camera again. He came to me with a bunch of words. He doesn't say any bad ones, but he says, come on, really aggressively when he gets frustrated. It's a beautiful world. We just have to learn how to dance. It's true. Oh, he can be sassy. I like that. I'm gonna need one of those. What is their diet like? Would it eat my rats? That is such a wild sentence. And like my mind, oh jeeves, my mind does not like imagining. Oh, the implications. I'm still getting pretty bull blasted. Jeeps, it's fine. More sunlight. It's fine. I'm realizing as well a part of my uh, routine and ritual. Yeah, since we talked about that, be sassy, dream too high. Bless Nancy. Thank you for saying hi back. Blessing our friends. All right, the story we tell. I'm grateful for our story, friends. Like it really is something that I cannot properly articulate in so many words. 444, time to close your eyes and silently wish for something. Hey, Yam Yam Burger. Wishing for 500,000 US dollars. Because why not? Why not indeed, Nancy? 500,000 US dollars is a lot of money. I think that's like retirement money, right? For normal people. Even if you have it in like a low risk savings account. It says it doesn't come true if you say what you wish for. I actually thought that I wasn't gonna say what I wish for either because I really do hope it comes true. I wish for the evil in the world to continue getting stronger. Now that I told you, It can't be happening anymore. Hashtag outsmart the system. Reverse psychologying the wishes. I love that. Don't know what to say. Sometimes that's okay, right? Sometimes a part of your story can just be silent and brooding. I had so many moments yesterday of like realizing how sometimes obsessed we are with saying something just so the story can continue to. Mojo, he's got a ton of personality, but damn, the maintenance is high. Yeah, I love him. The clip of him playing in the refrigerator cracked me up. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, what a world we live in. So much diversity and experience. I had this whole moment today sitting and meditating where I watched a bird look for bugs in the grass. And as it was jumping around, you could see it spotting things and going for them, right? And I was just imagining that that creature's world is in some way still linear, right? It still has an idea of a past and a future, and it moves forward looking for bugs. And you could see it going for something when it sees movement. So it has that time inference ability as well. And then as I was thinking about that, I was also thinking about this stick bug that I saw, right? And it was on some pieces of grass. And when the wind would tussle the grass, it would also like move his body, pretending that it's shaking with the wind. So I was like, insects have an understanding of physics, right? That's the way that I was inferring in that moment. Maybe it doesn't, but I was like, huh. And again, that bird was having its experience, that bug was having its experience, and I was having my experience watching that bird eat bugs. Not necessarily that stick bug one, but bugs nonetheless. And then I watched Kobe chase the birds that I was watching on the grass, eating bugs. And then there was just this experience unfolding in me of like, I've been telling myself a story again, right? Anthropomorphizing the perspective, looking through the eyes of those creatures to feel something, to understand something in that moment about the universe that I might not otherwise. Or not even understand necessarily, but as much as experience, right? I've not technically had that perspective of the whole linear consciousness burb. Like it exists as consciousness, wanting to go forward. Like, oh yes, I'm jumping, jump. It doesn't have like cell phones or something to keep itself busy. Its whole existence is looking for food and then finding a safe place to perch. Probably, like that's its life. Its existence, right? And it continues forward with that. Wants to live that. I think I missed a bunch. I did. Goodness, so many. Mojo, he's got a ton of personality, bless. I also wish for $500,000. Wild. Are you in your backyard? This is the front yard, technically. The monkey grants your wish, Hendrik. Socks do not go out for sale without a hole near the toe anymore. We are technically back and live again. There might be no friends left. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. Melt gone, melt back, Hendrik. But just long enough to say goodbye properly, right? I didn't even think it was gonna go live. Melt glitch, back. Better Wi-Fi, yeah. The internet just stopped working, and we're back again. Welcome back. Thank you. Just long enough for me to say goodbye. I appreciate you. Back again. Oh dang. Yeah, it was unlikely, but I was like Russian. I was like, come on. Doing CPR on the phone. It's up again. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. It was nice having you. I appreciate you, friends. If we're going to wrap it up, for being a part of this story of love, the story of creation, the story of ambition and hope for a better world, with our actions, with our showing up for something big, right? Today's flower. I don't have the tablet here, Hendrik. Uh, right? If you're really fiending, it is already on the Patreon. Stephen G, it's nice having you here as well. Thank you for being here with us in the background. By the way, I got all my shiz now for the new bank account. There we go. You see, getting closer, Hendrik. Getting closer. I think, I'm sure, I'm manifesting. By tomorrow, we're gonna be up and online again. No problems, right? We're gonna be able to like have 17 streams up open at the same time if we wanted to. By the way, bless you again. Thank you, friends, for your support, for your love, for your blessings into this moment. It means so much more than I can say. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Yes, I'll set up today or tomorrow. I'll be on the Patreon ASAP. Yay! I appreciate that, bro. Seriously, the Patreon is like one of my babies. It means so much to me. I would love to see it grow big and strong and capable of carrying my household. Thank you for being a part of that energy, that uplifting, that love that you share. This stream is brought to you by Stephen G. Fuel. As Hendrik says, be a loving and active participant in this story of human evolution. You are beautiful and you are important to this moment. Thank you for helping me say that, for letting me say your words like that, dear Joe. I appreciate you, friends. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't, subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.